What is up, everyone? It's Denise Salcedo. I am here at Globe Life Field, and standing with me right now is none other than Swerve Strickland. Swerve, first and foremost, I want to let you know, being here at Globe Life Field, man, what is the environment like? How are you feeling?
This is the second time being here, and it still feels like the first. You know, I feel like every time we come here to help promote and like do some type of activation, press conference is always going to feel fresh and new. Like since the stadium is fresh and new, and it's like us being in here to do something big like All In. You know, I'm excited for it, so I'm looking forward to everything.
Man, well, thinking about big stuff upcoming, dang, how do you even top the year that you've had? AEW World Champion, big contract. How do you even top the coming year? And also, like, just kind of talking about that, how did you feel about everything that went down for you this year?
Blessings. I'm going to steal a quote from Stephen A. Smith. I'm not the American dream. I'm the American story. It's like you see guys that come in that are just special, that are like a LeBron James or Michael Jordan. Those are like the dream. Like those guys come around every once in a generation type guys. Like me, I'm not a once in a generation type of talent. I'm just someone that worked hard. I'm someone that came in and believed in something. I worked hard tirelessly. When I had doubts, when I had setbacks, I didn't let them discourage me, and I kept moving forward, and I created opportunities for myself. And that doesn't just apply to the pro wrestling in my career. That applies to life. So anybody hearing that, I'm something that you can truly look back on as my story of 2024. That was just hard work, consistency, believing in myself, and finding ways to try to stand out and just be uniquely me, you know? So that's what I would say for 2024. How would I do that in 2025? I don't know, but there's other new things that I could do that just bring a different branch to my life and my career for my fans to see, for the people that know me personally, that be like, wow, we didn't even see that side of you. There's still the music side of things that I have a lot of work I can continue to do, and I have upcoming projects coming around the corner with that. So there's always more, but definitely it's just hard work and consistency.
I was gonna say, every time I see you, you're always doing something, like you said, whether it's in the pro wrestling realm, whether it's in media, whether it's doing stuff in pop culture. How busy is your schedule now, and what are some of the things that you just look forward to on a weekly basis?
I look forward to just creating. It starts with the creative process for me. Once I start creating, and sometimes I gotta settle it down and not have my mind moving so fast and my body moving so fast. Sometimes I got to settle it down and let the calm start creating, and that's where the space starts. That's where I create space, and that's where things start just swirling that I didn't even think about. It's just the subconscious just starts working, and then it comes to the forefront, and then it's I didn't even think about that, and that's why I kind of push those buttons one by one by one. So sometimes am I a busy schedule? Yes, absolutely. But when I settle it down and I'm not busy, that's where things really start creating on its own, and I'm not even trying to push it. So when those things happen, that's where I start reaching out to the contacts. Is it possible to make it happen? If it's a no, what are the options that I do have? So I do try to figure out, I know a guy that knows a guy. Okay, I can know a guy that can get a phone number from said girl that can get to the guy to get what I need. And that's where a team comes in, and a network, and then having just the right connections. It's just as far as people, not just always business. Sometimes you just gotta connect with the people. Then that's where as a person, they want to do business with the person, not just the entity, the professional. So there's a lot of different things, but definitely music, definitely the documentary, definitely a new shoe, definitely a new thing. All those things are just through just connections with people that turn into just good working relationships.
Man, that's so cool, and definitely it's paying off, man. We've been seeing that, and I feel like it definitely inspires people, like you said, in every part of life. You just want to get whatever, get your dreams, make sure that they come true. Now, with that being said, oh my gosh, there's so much to get into. We're here for AEW All In, but also you had a massive moment. I just spoke to Bryan Danielson, and he was talking about being in the ring with you, having won the AEW World Championship. Obviously, we saw Bryan live out his fantasy, but from your point of view, seeing all of that happen, what was running through your mind, and how do you look back on that experience?
I look back, even though that was a losing effort for me at All In, that's still a moment that I kind of just would never change. Seeing the control we had of that audience and that stadium was like unlike anything else. You know what I mean? Like even on that show for that year, I never felt or seen anything like it that year at All In. Being able to just sway them this way. I want them to feel this way. Like we need them to feel this way. We need them to like we need that bad feeling. We need that ominous feeling. We need that triumphant feeling. We need that victorious feeling that we feel like the people were with you on a victory. You know, that's kind of what made that match so special. And like switching those gears the way that we do is what makes that's what makes the magic of what we do. You know, and that's something that we can you can always go back in the history of All Elite Wrestling, and you can't leave that match out. You know, you want to make an impact like that. People like search their entire careers to try to have, you know, Bryan is lucky enough to have 2 now. So I'm lucky enough to have that moment as well, to that's a staple moment in the history of All Elite Wrestling. And you can't leave that out in the history of telling the histories of All In and just AEW in general. So for me, it's something I wouldn't want to try to recreate with somebody else. I would have to that's one of those art pieces you just got to scratch away and just start over. You got to start over, build something new, something different, like how me and Hangman at Texas Death, that was a different type of art piece you wanted to create. So this one was a different type of art piece you want to create there. So no, that was like a horror movie type feel. This is like the triumphant, sports feel, good moment, you know.
Man, no, that was super incredible. When I spoke to Bryan about it, he called that the best moment of his career. And, you were the other half of that. So, I mean, that's super incredible. Earlier, I had mentioned that big contract. Swerve, when you thought of all of the work and all of the years of hustling and thinking oh, my God, it's never going to happen. Is it going to happen for me? All of that. When you signed that big contract, how did you celebrate and how did that moment feel?
For me, it wasn't about will it ever happen. It was just it's going to happen. I have to have the faith that it's going to happen. Now I just have to justify why it's happening with what I do as my work. Why does that happen? Why it took me making history for that the kind of contract to happen. It wasn't just an overnight thing. It was just money just handed to this person. No, this was earned. Like I said, it goes back to that American story. Just hard work, consistency. Not everything was perfect, but I still persevered through that. And then it was just what does AEW need? What does Tony Khan need for me to deliver for AEW? And truly tapping into those things and being the guy to go to, and then I'll deliver exactly what you need and more. And I think having that mindset to just be I have to give have to give my best, but I also have to give a little bit more. In addition to. There's always has to be an addition to. In this day and age in wrestling and media, there always has to be something a little bit more that you offer. On media days, I'll be here, boom, in a suit, talking, making it look good. I need to take the belt, put it in a music video with Bun B and legends like that. I can do that. And then having Tony Khan have the trust in me to do that the right way and make sure everything's T's across, I's are dotted, so there's no no backfire on the company, making it look bad, all those things to make sure you know what, Swerve is good. We trust him enough to make the company look good and not besmirch the name or make anything look bad. So it was that trust as well. And I think that's where truly the contract was Tony was nope, I'm giving it to him. There's no doubt in my mind that this is the right investment. So it's more than just performing well in the ring. It's everything that you got to do, be in the person that you are.
Yes, I feel you're not only did I earn this, but hey, also watch me continue to prove why you agreed to this and all of that. So congratulations on the contract. And one more question I have to ask because it was my favorite feud of AEW this year. You and Hangman, you guys did so freaking much in that. That story was incredible. Would you say that was definitely the best of your career? I don't know, where do you rank it? And how did you feel about the feud?
I would rank it definitely top 3 ever, for me. And for AEW, no doubt in my mind, it's the best story that All Elite Wrestling has told, in my opinion, because it was so unique and so personal. It got so personal because it wasn't just 2 wrestlers; it's 2 human beings, and crossing the line of men. How far you're willing to go to push those buttons of someone that you truly hate. Why are you hating them? What are you going to do about it? A lot of people hate just to hate, but no, I hate him for these reasons, and the audience knows and understands why. And these were something when it happened, certain the home invasions and certain things like that. When it happened, they were like it was just like a lot of question marks, and they're like, oh, what, like I don't know how I feel about this. Like, does this belong in wrestling? Is this like, why won't this happen? And now a year later, people are like, well, Swerve, he deserves this because he did this. And like Hangman deserves this because he did this to him. So now those things that they were question marks, now it's like it carries on with us. Those like reasons throughout the rest of our careers, no matter where we go. Like, people know why Hangman is the way he is.
You guys are intertwined forever.
Forever. That brings out, like, it's that hatred that actually brings out the best in us and brings out the best in the product of what AEW is, in my opinion. Like, the fact that, like, whenever there's looming presence of either of us anywhere near each other, people get uncomfortable because we push the line so far and many times went over it, that they know anything is possible. There's nothing off the table when it comes to me and that man, and nothing's off the table when it comes to me. Period. And nothing now. Hangman's in that world as well, you know. But when we get together, people really get like unsettled. They get excited. They also like don't know. And I think that unpredictable factor of me and him is what truly drives our story. Like, how far I'm willing to take it. Well, I'm willing to take it further. Well, I'm willing to take it further to the point like we both could go out and just like crash and burn and truly end each other's careers. And the fans would probably just be like, they'll watch anytime. They'll truly watch anytime.
Sign me up, man. I love the violence. I love the story, all of it. Swerve, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. To everybody watching, of course, do not forget, AEW All In tickets are on sale now. Links in the description box below, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.